One of the questions I get asked all the time is, can I design my email newsletter in Canva and just drop it into Klaviyo? And the short answer is yes and no. I'm Liesl from She-Commerce Simplified, and today I'm going to run you through how to get your Canva email newsletter dropped into Klaviyo without being spam filtered. Okay, let's jump right in. First, you're going to search for newsletter in Canva, and you're going to find a template that you like. So I am focused on home decor this week, so I'm going to choose this one. I kind of like the variation of shapes, so I'm going to customize this template. So I've already customized mine. What you're going to do, you're going to replace the images with your brand's images. So I really want to showcase the trending products of this week, and I've got this waffle weave blanket, these velvet scatter cushions, as you can see there, and this basket. That is my 3 trending products of the week. So I'm just going to pop in some lifestyle images above the fold, where I've also got this nice focus on this waffle weave, this grass basket. Okay, pop in the lifestyle images, replace that. I always remove, as you can see, that really great site thing there, because it's right in the middle of my email, and it doesn't lend anything to what we want to accomplish. Okay. Then pop in the images there. I removed that background so that's nice. And then don't worry too much. Just write the words that you want to use. But don't worry too much about this, because we're going to put this in the Klaviyo native editor. Okay, so remember in Klaviyo, so I opened a blank template and I've popped my logo in. And I want you to remember that in Klaviyo, the easiest way to design is by using sections. So when you're moving over from Canva to Klaviyo, you want to create different sections. So I always look at this thing as I break it up. So text and images are 2 different sections for me. So I would imagine having a line here. Okay, so this is section 1. This is section 2. This is section 3, section 4, section 5, and section 6. Okay, so what I would do first is I would go and create different sections. As you can see, that's a section block. I'm just going to remove that. So different sections for each section as it is in our Canva template. So we need 6 sections. Okay, perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to export each section as it is. The trick here, I know some of you might be thinking now, but how do you get that image to look like it's floating over into the logo box? And here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this box up with this color, which is essentially going to be the same color as what we're going to use for the text box background. And then we're going to save all of this, download selection. So what I did was I clicked on that, I held Control Shift in that one and that one, and then I right click and I said download selection. So see, it's just downloading that part. Okay, we're going to download that, and you're going to download everything that has images. So because these images are crossing over, we want to download them as one block. Image block. Okay. Then we're going to head over here and we're going to go and drop in an image block into that content block, because we know our header is going to be an image. Then you'll pop it in there. Okay. Now the next block is going to be a text block. Remember, so we've got trending this week and a little bit of information. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in a text block there. Make sure it's in its own section. We're going to make the section color, the content background custom, and you're going to choose that color. So what I would do to find that color is I would literally go and just get that exact shade, grab the code from there, pull it over here, and you're going to pop it in there. That wasn't the correct shade. So I did to solve that dilemma, because the color from that block didn't transfer correctly to Klaviyo. So remember, we've got 2 different visual editors, so I don't know why that happens, but it did. But what I did is I split my windows and I went into Canva, clicked on that block, and then I grabbed the color from within Klaviyo. So see, and then I copied the code so that we can replace that code here. Okay, cool. So that's what I did there. And then you're gonna go in and you're gonna type trending this week. So here you're going to have to choose whichever font you use. I'm going to use, make it nice and big. I'll do, that looks good, center. And we want to grab that color code again. And then you can add another text box in there. I like to split my headings and my normal text. So this just make this relevant, and also use your normal font for that. And then you can just use the same color. Okay. I like to do character spacing here of maybe 7, 5. Yeah, that looks good. And then what we are doing is we're putting that one in its own. Okay, trending this week. All right. Okay, so now do you see that we've got a nice amount of negative space? I always encourage negative space. People, like when things are cluttered, people's brains tend to freak out. So what we want to do is we want to go here, create padding, but not in the text area, in the block area. And then at the bottom, so unlock that one, and at the bottom you're going to do like 50 padding. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, and even here we can do the same at the top, maybe make that 52. Yes, so that we've got a lot of negative space. The next thing for us to do is to get these images downloaded, because they need to be downloaded separately. We can't do what we did there, which was download selection. So we're gonna copy this, and I like to use, for square designs, I just like to use a normal Instagram post size. That's always worked out perfectly fine for email. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna paste those images separately. Okay, so I've pasted all of them, and then you're going to download them as PNG again. And you're going to do the exact same for this, but notice that this isn't a square anymore. So you really want to, when you're saving your images, make sure you're saving it to the same size as what you want it to appear like. Because if you're going to save it as a block, then there's going to be a lot of negative space around it, even if you save as PNG with a transparent background. So it's better to just create new files or new designs that is more or less that shape. So here I would use you can use Instagram story, or you can just use Instagram portrait, which would already give you the same kind of feel, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, that should give us what we are after. Okay, so this time we're going to do the same thing, but here, because we've got this one and we really want this background to be transparent, I would choose transparent background. Okay, now that we've got all our images saved, now we can go start popping them into our Klaviyo editor. Okay, so first up, our third section. So section 1 done, section 2 done, and our third section is 3 columns, as you can see. So we've got our section there, and now we need to add in our columns. So we'll drop it in there. We're going to say 3, and we want them to be equal. Okay, so just delete that one, and then we're going to pop in image blocks into each one of them. Okay, and then we're going to go upload our images. Okay, so we're first busy with the square ones, and we've got that image first. And we'll work out the details in a bit. Let's just pop them in there so that we can see. I'm a very visual person, so I need to see what I'm working with. Third one. Okay, so now let's see. Now we want to work out the spacing, right? So we're going to click on the first one, and then you just need to play with the image area padding. I changed all the padding to 10, 10, 10, and then I changed the padding in the section. So that looks much better. Okay, next we're going to do, so here we've got 2 columns, right? We've got a text column and we've got an image column. So you're still going to drop in the column into the box, into the section. You're going to do 2, and as you can see, this is kind of left aligned, so let's do that. But this is totally up to you. You can do it equal, you can do it right. It's totally up to you. Okay, so once again, dropping in our image. And we'll do block, no, padding here. Okay, and then text block here. Now remember to use the same one we used at the top, and do it. Maybe not, maybe like 36. Okay, and change the color. And then, yeah, it's up to you. And then you can drop a button in there as well, as you can see. And we're doing shop now. We're doing the darker button. I don't like the radius, and we're going to align it to the left. And that's it. What I don't love is the font, so you might want to go ahead and change the font to whatever you're using. For this specific one, we're using that. You can do white or black, whatever. And then a pro tip, I love putting like font weight into my button. So what you can do is you can do a smaller than bracket, B for bold, and a greater than bracket, and then it bolds everything after. Okay, because if you're going to bold it here, it's bolding the entire thing. But if you're only bolding that, then it just brings a little bit dimension. What you also can do is you can do the same with italics. So now it's bold and italics. Okay, great. Now, so here, remember, we've got the section that's going to be the same orientation. So I'm just going to duplicate that to avoid making double work for myself. And then we're going to change that image to the third image. It's that one. Okay, we're going to call that the waffle weave throw. Great, and here we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to be doing, it's going to be a different orientation. So this one, 75-25. Sorry, 67-33 on that side. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's just so that, you know, the zigzag pattern really helps guide your reader's eye. I did a video on that, which I'll link below, on design styles in your emails, and it's really helpful to know, you know, what makes the human eye go, like where does it naturally go. Okay, so anyway, I'll just duplicate that, pull that into there, and duplicate that, and pull that into there. There we go. And this we want to align to the right as well as the button. There we go. Actually, no, that looks not right. There we go. Okay, great. Now, something is missing, and that is our color variations, right? So this color, this section color, is the same one we used at the top. So we're going to do custom, and we're going to use that one. Yes, and what I want more negative space at the top and the bottom. So we're going to give it, here 30. Yeah, that looks good. This one, we need, this section color is the little bit darker one, okay? And we're also going to give it, and I actually think we should do it, give the section padding left and right as well, just so that it's nicely aligned. What I don't like now is that, do you see how small the image has gotten? I think, yeah, I think it's fine, but I mean, ideally, probably if we're going to make it a 50-50 split, it might look a little bit better. That's what I'm thinking. Or alternatively, what you can do is you can go add in spacers. So there, let's see what that does. No, that just makes it smaller. Okay, what I did here is I decided to remove all the padding from the image so that the image isn't cramped into it. So just go in, make sure there's no padding around the images. This one has padding, so we want to remove all the padding and rather use the sections padding to get the desired effect. Also, I did end up adding a spacer there just so that it pushes this down to align with the image. So that's what you'll see here, and then you can just play around with it a little bit. And then remember, we're doing that and we're doing that. Perfect. Yeah, that looks much better, doesn't it? 30-30, and I don't love that. I think, even though it is that way the design, but I do think that maybe this should be more centered. It feels more natural that way, doesn't it? And that's the thing, like, you can use Canva, the Canva newsletters, as an inspiration, but once you're in here and you're editing it, remember, you're a human, and the people reading your things are human, or they're supposed to be. So I would just, like, go with the flow, use that that's a great starting place, but make sure that you're still looking at it from a human perspective. That is just my biggest tip, and that is, just keep it human. Okay, so that is it. There we have it. Now, I don't like that my logo is so massive on this one. I would prefer having it much smaller. So 150. So let's make it 100. Yeah, I prefer that for my logo on this specific design. And you can remember to change. You can change the background color there as well to match. So it's the same as any other background. So just to do that so that it doesn't look like two separate emails. And that's it. Here, same background color again. Custom. Okay, and there you have it. That is how you recreate a Canva newsletter in Klaviyo so that your email does not end up in the junk folder. There's a few important things that I just want to recap. When you've got your email newsletter in Canva, remember to divide them up in sections the way you would design them in Klaviyo. Save each section as its own block, save all the images, and never ever save text. Try as much as possible to use the native text editor in Klaviyo, because Google, Gmail, Yahoo, they pick those text blocks up and they can see and scan that this has been written by a human. And then the other thing is play around with the padding when you've got your images in there. Play with the section padding and play with the image padding if necessary. Align to the left, align to the right. Pop in your shop now blocks and use the fonts that your brand is known for. And remember, you are catering to humans. So look at the design. If something feels off, it's like, yeah, that's the exact way it is in Canva, but it doesn't feel right in Klaviyo, change it. Play around with it and make it yours. I hope that helps. Please subscribe to my channel if this was helpful for you. I cater to e-commerce stores who want to take their email marketing to the next level. Have a great day.